Track Wrestling in Athens, Greece with USA Wrestling women's freestyle coach Terry Steiner. Day 2 of women's freestyle in the books. I guess first of all, just your thoughts on the performance from the American team up to this point in the tournament.
Well, we've had some good performances. Boyd, to get into the finals. Shilson, but it's just closing that deal, right? We've been close in a lot of matches. But we've won the matches where we're ahead by big points and things like that. We're not winning those close ones, right? We've got to win the close matches. We've got to win those ugly points, and we're just not doing that right now. So we definitely have some areas that we need to focus on as a program and an organization. With the women's program, I guess that we're going to have to really head on, and so. It's back to work, but it's gonna have to be a united effort, right, to make it happen. It's not gonna happen just, one kid out there doing it by themselves. It's gonna have to be system-wide and getting everyone bought into what we really need to zero in and focus on, and then getting the kids together enough so they can make each other better, right, and then push each other up to the top. So that's really what I see.
What are the focal points in your mind at this point?
Well, just positioning, number one, right? We have to have better head and hand position and just body position out there to keep ourselves in matches, to stop, to defend and keep ourselves in matches. But so that's one thing. But defense doesn't win you matches. It'll keep you close and keep you in matches. We've got to have offense, number two. We've got to have a go-to attack that we can rely on and get to, and we're just not opening up. We lost a lot of matches today where we're just not letting ourselves open up, whether it's a fear of being underneath people, whether it's waiting for the perfect opportunity to go. I think some of the American style is tap and go, right? It's a tap and go or shoot from away. So we're getting stymied a little bit too with just hard hand fighting, and I think it's as a kid transitions from high school to college, that's one of the biggest differences is the hand fighting. But we see it here at a younger age, and so that's one of the areas as well, is just that hand fight, that snapping, that pushing, that pulling, that clearing ties, that clearing wrist ties, clearing 2-on-1s, clearing collar ties. Those things are in every match that we wrestle. And then, I think like even in Boyd's match here, we're waiting for the perfect opportunity to score a point. And that's not going to happen. We've got to force it in there a little bit and be able to take that. So I thought the one area that I'm happy with, that I think our portiere offense has gotten better, right? We're starting to score points on laces and gut wrenches, and that's that freestyle, those freestyle tactics a little bit, that I think we've made big improvements in that, but we have a lot of improvements on our feet. Our counterattacks, we're stopping some shots, but we're not scoring off of them, right? We're not looking to score off of them. We're stuck in that kind of counter-offensive position, that defensive position. So back to the grindstone.
Imagine you've spent a lot of time studying what's going on in Japan with 8 cadet champs last year, one silver. They lost one match, 3 champs today, a bunch of finalists tomorrow. From your vantage point, what is it that they have going that's enabled them to have this kind of success, and what can you guys take from that?
Well, number one, they have heroes, right? I think they have an older generation to look up to and aspire to be like, right? And that's important, right? And so hopefully we're starting to establish some of that. Now, that takes time. That doesn't happen overnight. So that's one thing. But they really have their younger athletes in a confined setting most of the year on a year-round basis, right? They're the best of the best. They're pretty much at their national training center on a year-round basis, and again, I think that's something that we're trying to get to, and get our athletes around each other. You can leave coaching out of it. Get the athletes around each other to make them and push each other to raise their levels up. That's a huge thing, and then you throw in some coaching and some technique and some tactics, and and that on a year-round basis. I mean, we're just together with our national team now. If they're completely into the system, we've got 40 days with our national team together, right? Because we have other obstacles, right? The size of our country is one thing, right? We're a huge country. It's hard to get together. The other thing is our academic school year, right? I mean, we can't just take a kid out of school for 10 days and think it's okay, right? And I mean, there's some changes to that right now with some online schooling and some blended learning facilities, things like that. But the traditional high school, you know, you're not going to take a kid out of school too many times before they really start questioning and caring about what you're doing. So that's definitely some obstacles that we face, but you know, we've got to find ways around it. You know, I mean, because catching Japan and the likes of Japan, I mean, it's not going to happen by accident, right? It's going to happen because we make some systematic changes in what we're doing, and we get to work doing it, right? So the things that I like that is in our favor that we do have coming, right, is, you know, we have state associations that are now starting to look at women's wrestling as a real sport and let's sanction the sport of women's wrestling. The more we have that, the more numbers are going to grow, right? And that's a huge thing for us, right? It comes down some to a numbers game, right? You've got to have numbers to draw from, and getting more and more athletes involved. As those doors of opportunity open up, we're going to have more of a talent pool to draw from as well, right? And then our college opportunities, you know, with the emerging sports status, I think right around the corner for the NCAA, that's a huge thing, again, for developing numbers, and you know, because if there's college opportunities, those numbers are going to grow at the state level as well, and the grassroots level. So, you know, I think we have some great things going in our country right now that we got to continue on, and let's speed it up as much as we can. But, you know, then, you know, the wrestling part of it, you know, we just got to make some program changes, and you know, I think the other thing is just some unity, just real unity within the system, right? Personal coaches and state coaches and club coaches just really understand that we need to be a team and a unit to tackle this, right? It's not going to happen, you know, again, by accident. And I think you see it with our men's program, right? I mean, I think you see the RTCs really working together. You know, of course, they're working against each other and trying to beat each other, but they're working within a system and a structure, and you got a lot of different programs bringing a lot of things into the mix, but working towards one goal, and you know, we need that. We've been pretty much a centralized program since the onset, right? And so I like centralized for some, but that doesn't expand, right? It doesn't expand the people involved in the program, the coaching involved in the program, things like that. So you know, that's the challenges, right? Those are the challenges that get us up and going every morning, and you know, because you know, for us to come to the cadet worlds and the junior worlds, you know, we want to be a presence here too, right? Not just at the senior level. And I understand that it takes time to get that international experience, but we have good athletes. You know, we have people that want to work hard and want to do the right thing, and it's just giving them those opportunities, and we just got to do a better job at it.